started it yet, by the way.
Good thing they didn't hear her arguing.
That's why I didn't start it.
I love causing fights.
Really?
Kenzie.
I'm glad that's the first
Sometimes
thing
it's
that we hear
funny.
on stream.
Sometimes it's funny.
Start the stream
What's
off.
that
I
called?
love
An
causing
instigator.
fights.
Mackenzie causes like 50% of the fights.
You know what? I'm here for it. But only sometimes.
Someone has to make everyone argue.
And by the way, as homage to my character who seduced the deer, I'm going to wear this for the rest of the campaign.
Sorry, homage?
You didn't seduce a deer. You talked to it.
His head canon is different than the real canon.
That was Sandrick trying to, lay it on thick, but it really just comes across as me being normal.
Am I allowed to do it?
Yes, please.
He didn't fuck a deer.
You fucked the tiger.
Sometimes I'm jump scared.
That's what
by
I
being banned.
said!
Sometimes I'm jump scared by being banned, guys. I'm like, I think I say nothing wrong and I'm just gone and I'm like, oh, maybe I said something.
Devin, I
literally all
think
I
your
can think
morals
about.
are all messed up. You're over here seducing deer and killing random things. Devin's idea of a fun time is murder hoboing.
I'm sorry, Riley's comment caught me off guard.
What'd you say? All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm not. Give me a second. Okay.
Mike has never heard me swear before.
I have. I just wasn't expecting that in the way you said it.
It's a quote
This
from a
is so
musical.
I gathered it was a quote. It just wasn't like. It's just.
All I'm saying is poor Tony.
Oh, that's on the stream. Oh, God.
Sure is.
You said a
I'm
bad
gonna go
word on
back.
stream.
I'm gonna go back
Chat
to
clip
figure out what that was.
The world will remember your crime.
It's about smashing a tiger or something like that.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to go and clip that, they're more than welcome to.
Someone should pull up Twisted.
Someone should what?
What is it?
Put it in the out of context.
Yeah, what is the exact quote? Is it they
I did
fucked the
not fuck a tiger.
Oh.
It was set upon me.
When did
I'll say
that?
it.
Why did that come up?
It's a
Was
quote from a
How come
musical.
she
Okay,
doesn't get
no.
banned?
Because
Ban her! Ban her!
because that was a joke.
What do you think I'm doing? You think I'm being legitimate?
Devin,
Oh no. You guys think I'm being serious?
I want you to know that the furry allegations Winton has set upon you are set upon you for a reason.
Yeah, you did say that you seduced a deer.
You
I'm
did.
like, I
Those were
didn't say
your
that.
words.
Mackenzie said that. I said something else.
Sorry if I have
What'd
fun
you say?
when I'm
Oh,
role playing.
fine.
I said he fucked the tiger.
Oh,
When,
I
when,
said the
I,
wrong one.
when I play D&D, I don't like to live in a reality. I like to live in a world where I can seduce deer. Forgive me. Forgive me.
Alright,
I
buddy,
won't.
that tells us
Nice
what you really
singing.
think.
You guys can show up with your characters that are exactly like you in the real life. I'm gonna be the man seducing a deer. That's what I'm gonna do.
Jack is not anything like me in my life.
We're gonna start the campaign. DM, what are we doing?
I've tried 3 times, Devin.
Bro's like, can we start the campaign earlier? Also him. Goes on a rampage about our morality.
I'm the I should have never brought that up in Stars and Wishes. I'm the biggest hypocrite. I'm the reason we don't get anywhere.
Okay. So, continuing on. I'm so sorry. Continuing on from last session. You all made your way to some just completely destroyed town. Upon investigation and going around the town, you learn that the entire thing, like the entire town, has just been razed and burned. What buildings are standing barely stand. And while you're trying to figure out what's going on here, what caused all this, unsure of the exact cause, you do know that this is like 5 days old. roughly in that time frame. You are then jumped by a band of orcs and an orog. After a decent bit of combat, you manage to slay all but one of them, charming the last one to question him. Learning that the orcs had nothing to do with this fire and are simply scavengers, Sanric then proceeds to just cleave right into the last standing orc.
He ate it, actually.
He did not. The Eye of Grumish. And that is where we pick up. Left off, pick up, one of those two. Just not both at the
So,
same time.
did we retcon what you said about us? We're gonna travel without.
Yeah, but I wanted to leave the roleplay instance of Samric having just killed this guy right there. So,
Well, we already.
Oh, we stopped.
We already.
stopped.
No, we already
roleplayed
crossed
that.
the river.
We got on the boat.
Oh yeah,
We're gone.
took a
forgot
nap.
about that.
Nick's-
We tried to-
Nick's
we
notes
tried to-
exist.
Sorry,
kind
my
of
brain
for-
kind of stopped processing after the Sanric killing the guy happened.
It was really quickly because we didn't have time, so we just like
Right.
forced our
I
way
mean,
through
that's
it.
exactly what's going to happen. I told you I was gonna quick travel you guys there, basically. So,
I'm down to have the discussion again.
it never
mean-
really truly happened in person, or like in
Taylor
Because it
refused
was
to take
conversation.
money. I
So-
gave all of our money to Jack. Like,
So,
I said that went well.
we pick up with Sanric having just killed the Eye of Grumish and reverting back into his halfling form.
We're just okay. We'll redo it. All right, I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
run up
go-
to everyone.
I mean,
and
I
being
don't. Did you roleplay this at all? I kind of felt like it was a rush.
Like, we did,
Okay,
but
that's fine.
we can redo it.
I just.
It wasn't good. Whatever we did.
I don't remember.
Um,
So-
I'll run up to everyone and be like, "Yeah."
Oh, okay.
Is everyone okay?
I'm alright. How about you two?
I think I healed myself, so I think I'm fine.
Well, I'm at full health. I don't know if that's because they leveled up. and
Yeah,
I
we
just-
leveled up
yeah,
and took
we
one.
leveled up.
Fine, health beams where it's at, it's fine.
Well, guys, our wounds are magically healed if we level up.
Oh, the reason I
stronger.
remember now.
We
The
have visions,
reason
yeah.
we ran ahead was so that I could do the night cycle stuff for
Oh,
for the 3
Oh,
years
I
of
don't
that.
have it yet. I don't have the cloak.
Not yet, no. Not at this point.
No.
in time.
We're still doing the next.
That's why we jumped ahead so that I could get that out of the way.
But like, we went through it all. We looted the bodies. We got on the boat.
There was
We did get on a boat.
I forgot about the boat.
Ha ha.
are we gonna continue role playing from here, or are we retconning what we just retconned?
Are you gonna throw up on the boat?
We all have the same dream.
We all have the same dream.
No,
You wish.
We do that fight again.
That was last campaign.
That was last campaign. We ran one shots as dreams in between sessions.
With a poorly designed and implicated BBEG at the end for it. Yep.
Completely true. Completely true.
In my defense, I didn't have time, and that was the best I had.
It's still crazy to me that we played that game and Devin didn't know what BBEG stood for.
Yeah. Okay. We can just
Anyways,
just go. I'm sorry.
boat.
Yeah. No, you
Yeah.
guys crossed the
Blah.
river because there's boats. I didn't even see the boats.
They were
map.
on the map.
I know.
It's in Nick's notes, bruh. It happened.
I know. I know. I had closed the map at that point. And you guys were like, we're getting on the boat. I'm like, what freaking boats are they talking about? I never told them there was boats. So,
When the visual aid gives us visuals that aren't even there.
right. Now there's boats. You guys get on the boats. You continue on. You eventually make camp. Insert all of the dialogue I inserted last night for your dreams. You all wake up. Jack with the
I'm
cloak,
trying to remember what
with
happened.
a family symbol on it. Noah with a compass. and Teo with a mission.
I just art dropped the family crest.
Oh, yo, huge. Oh, huge.
Nice.
Where is it on the
I'm
cloak,
a-
if I might ask? Is it just like the back of it, direct middle, or is it like on the shoulders?
Oh,
He left of his own accord that time, guys.
That doesn't count as the counter.
you didn't like your you didn't like your sigil.
Sorry, Devin, I didn't mean it.
There was no. I updated Discord.
It's up to Nick, yeah.
I would
What's happening?
imagine that it would be the pins that click it into my suit.
It's the
So small.
say that's just a little. It's a little.
Minuscule.
Yeah, that's like a cuff link.
Actually, it's full out on the back, wide open. We're cooking.
Like a cape.
Okay.
I mean, that's
I
what
don't
a
know
cloak
where it
it's
is
just a
normally
cape
on
and
a
hood.
cloak.
It's either on the shoulder or the back.
Usually, yeah, say the shoulder or direct back. A cloak is just a cape with a hood.
Not even necessarily with a hood.
They're capes designed to keep you
Unstructured
warm.
jacket.
That's all they are.
Oh yeah, it's on the back. Tried and true.
Okay, cool.
I'm looking at a bunch of them right now.
So as you
Yeah.
guys get up, you notice Jack has a new cloak that he never had before with a weird insignia on the back. I doubt anyone would notice Noah's compass unless she just said, "Hey, look, a compass." So, yeah.
My sister needed a stick of butter. What is what
What
happened?
Still describing wake up. So,
You didn't miss anything.
you all wake up
Keep talking.
from your long rest. Jack with a cloak, Noah with a compass, Teo with a mission.
Did
Sandrick
just,
with a
like,
clean
fart?
conscience.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Devin's
I'm trying to. This has been such a busy week. What happened what was my dream?
You didn't have one.
You didn't have one.
You're the only one that didn't.
I did.
You were plagued
Oh.
by for that man you killed.
You were the only one that didn't.
I didn't.
Not last session.
You didn't.
You already
I thought
know your
something
mission.
happened to me. Okay.
You already have your goal.
Good. I have a mind of a steel's trap. That I was
I need to
concerned
live
that I
10
forgot
feet in real
something.
life. Oh my gosh. So,
Okay.
what are we doing?
I'm trying to figure out this compass, honestly.
What?
I'm messing with a compass.
You notice it doesn't point north.
Does it point in any direction?
Yeah.
What direction does it point into?
Let me pull up the map so I can give you an accurate, because we all know I'm dyslexic with directions. Here. It doesn't point straight north to where one of the the North Pole would be considered. It actually points northeast, almost following the river straight, kind of. The river kind of does a wiggly. Yeah. To give you context, if you were standing on the edge of that river, right at the edge where the lake is, it would be pointing at the giant mountain range, where the dwarven society is.
So a compass that points towards the mountain range that I can see.
The giant one, yeah, the one that you can see pretty much through the entirety of the northern hemisphere of this entire continent. Yep. Very big mountain range.
Give me a sec. Would we see the cloak that Nick or that Jack got?
Yes.
Yes. You can't hide it.
I fold it up really nice and I tuck it in my coat. That's not that I don't have.
Waking up in like yawning and stuff, I'd get up to do stuff, and then if I do see it, I would look over and be like, "Did you go to sleep with that?"
No, it appeared to me in a dream,
That's
I'm
so
just-
funny.
and
Sick.
and
Sick as hell.
it appeared to me in a dream, and Magus said to, told me he was sorry that he couldn't save them.
Uh, wow. You say that so casually. So you got you seen it in a dream, or
I
you
got
made it, or
I'm not so sure about the specifics, but it got given to me in a dream, and now I have it. And I don't really know how it showed up. I just have it.
I'm gonna like stop and like I'm gonna check around Jack to see if someone snuck in during the night and like did some spell work on him.
You just see me staring so intently at a compass.
I'm gonna
Pretty-
check around him.
Yeah. Make an investigation check.
Oh, my -3, dude. Oh, 16. That's insane.
There's nothing. If either he's telling the truth or whoever did this was pretty skilled.
You're just gonna see me like kind of like walk
You know-
up to you, looking around you, stuff like that.
You know, there was that guy that somehow got into our fully locked, no windowed caravan cargo thing.
And left note on the inside with the arrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he's here?
Odds.
Odds.
I don't. See
It'd be
anything-
dangerous if he was.
Ooh.
I don't see anything around you. And I'm gonna like look over at Noah. Do you have your compass?
Yeah, I'm fully engrossed in this compass.
And
What you looking
When did-
at?
Saw it in a dream.
Actually, you didn't.
I didn't see this specifically in my dream, but I think the compass points towards where I did see in my dream. And usually when I follow my dreams, things that are important happen.
I-
So eventually I think we should follow where the compass points.
I'm gonna just like give a look to Teo, like this is what I deal with,
Visions, man.
and I'm gonna look at.
Yeah, I get
Are-
visions.
Are you?
I know you said.
I'm gonna look at like kind of talking to you two and be like, are you ever concerned that what you're being shown isn't good? Like, have you figured out who's sending these?
Well,
Well, Cedric, from what you need to understand is that I have no memory of where we came from. Jack may get memories from where we came from. I have no idea where we're coming from. I only have what the visions can show me, and I only know that that's important. And so I can only follow what the visions say and trust that whatever Jack sees in the past is whatever happened before.
I'm just gonna like kind of tilt back and scratch my head and be like, well, okay. Where's the compass pointing?
See those mountains over there?
Yeah.
I know for a fact that that's not north, but it is exactly where the compass is pointing.
Oh, would I know anything about those mountains?
Make an intelligence check. Make history check specifically.
One baby, -3.
They're big. You can see them from a starry almost. Maybe Kadek mentioned something about being there before? Wow.
Forgot about Kadek.
Who's
Wait,
Kadek?
Kadek? Yeah, Kadek's not here. Frick me. Anyway, I'm gonna be like, Well, that's a bit out of the way from where we're going. Are we still planning?
We have a mission here first.
Okay, just like kind of nervously, like, all right, yeah, just checking. Picking up like a stick and throwing it into the coals, like, hands on hip. Well,
Do you have any visions?
Do you get any mission?
me? Are
Yeah.
you talking
Yeah.
to me?
I
Yeah.
had a dream once.
Yeah, I got a vision sent by the Elder Grove once.
Who's that?
Yeah, what's an elder grove?
You know who you know
The
who the
tree.
Elder Grove is? Jack Wood, I'm pretty sure.
The
I brought him
tree
up
that we
before.
talked about.
Oh, the
Tree,
old yeah.
Tree Daddy?
Tree Daddy? Yeah, maybe if you put
I don't know
the
Elder
right name
Grove.
in your note, you might.
It's in there. It's just
Oh, no.
afterwards it says Tree Daddy.
We did talk about this. We talked about this around the fire.
Yeah.
The other. I do
And
remember.
I brought up my vision, and we talked all about it. So, and I'm pretty sure you were there, and I know Noah that was there. I'll just
okay.
like kind of look over at Teo and be like, yeah, I got a vision from Elder Grove once. I'm just gonna stop for a moment and think about it, and this is gonna be like me putting in the first pieces of how much that doesn't make any sense. Because I'm an idiot. I'm just gonna like stop and just like start thinking a little bit.
Do you get visions, Teo?
I had a dream last night. I spoke to a tree. But I guess that's not too unusual for me. So
You spoke to a tree.
Wait. You
Spoke to
spoke
trees
a
often.
I'm gonna like fully turn it. You spoke to a tree. Did it say its name?
it did not, no.
Didn't ask.
It asked me where I was going.
What else did it say?
Mainly that, shockingly. It asked me several times where I was going, actually. And I was like, I don't know. I don't have any memories. And then basically it was like, well, what do you want? And I was like, a great question.
Are you sure this wasn't a dream?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, pretty on par. Could have been a vision, could have been a dream. I'm not sure.
The only way to find out is to wait and see what happens because of it.
Yeah.
Aren't all visions just dreams?
No.
If the
Who knows if
Elder
any of
Grove-
this is real?
I'm gonna be just like standing, like I'm kind of I'm kind of like zone out and talk to myself. I'm like, the Elder Grove's alive. Why would he talk to you?
Did I post that for you?
And how is the Elder? And I'm gonna like take why would he give me the seed?
Aren't you guys both from the Feywild?
I am, yeah. It could have just been a random tree.
I thought Santa was from here. honestly.
It could have been. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not from the Feywild. You
Yeah.
know my story.
I thought Santa was from like that way.
Why would? I'm gonna like start to question a little bit, like kind of putting my hand to my neck and starting to think, why the frick would he take my necklace? Even if I did get a mission. Huh. Well, it's early morning. We should get going.
Sounds
Uh,
good.
I guess we just work to take down camp. Get on our way.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys spend the next week and a half traveling.
Damn.
Yeah, we're doing a quick travel here. So, what are you guys going to do over that week and a half? You've had a week.
How long does
Are
it
we
reasonably take to scribe?
That tells you in the rules. I think it's like over a short rest per. I think it's like 30 minutes per.
Oh, never mind.
Are we gonna run into any civilization from here to there, or is this pretty
Nope.
remote area?
You're heading to
You're not
remote.
gonna-
Your village is remote.
You're not gonna
Nice
roll
stuff.
a table. Apparently,
I
it takes a whole day.
Do you want
Oh,
me
wait.
to roll a table?
I kind of want you to roll a table.
I don't
That would be
have a
awesome.
table.
I want to try and scry into the guy's brain that I keep being teleported into.
Okay.
Am I allowed to do that?
How often and when? Just like once a day, a couple times a day.
I'd probably try it once a day because it gives me a point of exhaustion, so I'm not going to do it more than one time a day.
It only sometimes has given you a point of exhaustion.
This is true, only sometimes, but the sometimes is the
Throughout
majority.
this journey.
It's only happened twice.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can continue down.
Throughout this journey, could I be looking for the? It's just a small pedantic thing, but like the components to my summon spells,
Yeah.
like the extras, like a feather, a tuft of fur, a fishtail. I can't afford
anything
I need
that
the,
doesn't cost coin.
Yeah,
You
the reason
will have
everything
access
costs
to.
much is it's gilded. That's
I don't-
Why. So,
yeah.
so
If it doesn't have a coin value, you don't have to worry about it because you can use your focus or a components pouch as a replacement for that.
the thing is I use the components and then I gild the
Right. So
gild,
I,
like
I'm
gold
not
cover
gonna
the
make you
components.
go looking and be like roll to see if you can find a feather to gild. You just have to get it gilded, or find one that
Okay.
has already been, which you're not gonna find in the wild. You're in the wild, but I'm not gonna make you dig for that kind of stuff, unless you really want me to.
No.
But I can say while you guys are traveling, you do come across some items for your components. You're like, oh, that's useful, and like I can use this, and you just do a little bit of foraging as you guys are going along, and pocketing stuff into your components pouch. Noah, if you want to make
Mike, I got a question.
like 10 wisdom checks.
There's no exact ruling for
Mm.
scribing scrolls in the book, so are you just gonna say it's 50 gold pieces?
That is usually what it is.
That's. Are you do? Oh, well, it's a second level spell.
I haven't actually
that-
brought this
Is
out.
that the player's handbook?
Yeah, it is. I don't
The
know.
2024 one?
Yeah, sure does. I don't know if I've ever used this.
Say I'm looking at it right now online, and I don't see it.
That's disconcerting. For some reason, my virus protection was off.
Windows Defender.
Yeah. I don't remember turning that off. We're getting hacked, guys. You're gonna see Jaquise up here.
Duh.
Pretty sure that's offensive.
Yeah, to
Spells
someone.
you add to your
Definitely.
spellbook as you gain levels, blah blah blah. Copying the book. You can copy a spell from your spellbook into another book. This is like copying a new spell into your spellbook, but faster. Okay, here we go. When you find a level 1 plus wizard spell, you can copy it into your spellbook if it's a level you can prepare, and if you have time to copy it. For each level of the spell, the transcription takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold pieces. Afterward, you
So-
can prepare the spell like the other spells in your spellbook. So it's
So
50
for
per
each
level,
of spell.
2 hours per level, 50 gold pieces per level.
And that's sitting hours. That's like you're not moving or anything.
So I need an extra 50 gold when you get
So
the
it would be
chance.
something you'd have to do at night, and you'd probably take a point of exhaustion for it. But you're traveling over a week, so it's fine. At 1 point
Do we
doesn't
have-
give you negative to your speed, so you're fine.
Okay. Hear me out. Being able to cast
But it will
Misty
cost
Step
100
at will.
I don't stand for your shenanigans. What do you want to hear, Micah?
Your dice rolls.
Two 19s, three 16s, a 15, 13, 12, 11, 4.
How many over 18?
2.
Just the first two?
Just the first 2.
Okay. So
I have them in order decreasing, so I can
Right.
also give you.
So the first couple of nights when you sit down, you focus in and you try and open that window, and you get to the point where you're not locked out. You're able to meditate, and you sit there and you try and bring it into focus, and you don't get a focus. You get a blurred image, and you're like looking around trying to. It's overwhelming being in the state of divination that you are. Being able to look around and see everything and nothing at the same time and trying to focus in on a spot. You are starting to kind of get the hang of where you're supposed to be, but you get up there and it's just so much all at once you can't find a way to anchor yourself, and you drop it before you can even get a sight on him. And that's the same with the next night. You're like, all right, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get this, and you try and center yourself, you try and anchor, and then you get up and you get to the dark zone once more, and you're looking around and everything and nothing is happening around you all at once. It's just too much, and again it pulls you out of it both times, leaving you with a splitting headache, and then all the other times you just get up into that darkness and you're unable to breach through to that like mental level of divination, that plane of divination, if you will, that you have been on before. It seems that it's really hard to do on your own, and that having an anchor in something to guide you has made it much easier, like when you're in your visions. And I've already fallen asleep and now relaxed and have an actual being of magic guiding you through it.
Killer. Can I find any herbs to make incense?
Was it survival?
I can give it a try.
It sounds like survival to me. That or investigation. But survival, I think, makes more sense.
I got a 16 on a survival check.
How many days are you doing that for?
Free time, just generally.
Just roll me 4 more. 3 more. 4 total. Sorry. Is anyone else doing stuff? Or are we just walking?
Are we gonna get a random encounter?
I do not have one prepared.
It's random. But
No
other
problem.
than that, not really. I don't have anything I really can.
It's like
do.
I don't have a table. Is what I'm saying, Devin.
The
just
reason I'm
mean-
asking for this is I want money. I
We
need things
randomly
to give me
encountered
money.
money.
Can he make a survival check to find money?
No.
You find some copper
Look
coins
at that, a
covered in
chest!
dirt.
There's a chest in the middle of the road.
I don't know, some ancient ruins. Come on.
DM, can I cast Identify on the chest?
No.
It's a trap. It's for the leprechaun. ones. They
Ignore
don't
the
like
I
it.
abjuration
cast
magic,
call
Nick.
lightning right on the chest.
DM, can I walk up and kiss the chest? What if we kiss?
What if?
What if we get?
What if?
What if?
What if?
Nom nom. Okay, so you guys continue onward for the next week. What'd you get for your numbers?
18, 16, 10, and 9.
Okay, everything above 15. I'll say your 18 gives you. How much is it for incense? How much? What was the 10 golds worth? Is what you needed. I'll say 18 gives you 5 golds worth, and then 16 will give you 2 golds worth. I'll do 8 and 2. I'll do 8 and 2. How about that? I like that.
I liked 5 and 2 better. Is that allowed?
You can make whole 10 with that. It's
Okay,
what you need
cool.
for the spell. It's just 18, and that's just, I like the difference between that better. Anyway, 8 and 2. Just threw my die, and I don't know where it went. It's down there somewhere. Well, that's 6. I'm gonna look for that later.
All right, whatever we needed incense for, I have incense for that now.
It was to resummon Abel.
Oh, I have incense for that now. I couldn't remember what we were doing it for, but I knew I needed
Right.
more incense.
We're using the nuke die now. So, you guys continue making your way towards Willowshade. After about a week and a half journey, you guys make your way and finally see the village in the distance.
Does that look familiar to you, Sanric?
Sorry, I was doing something. We see my village off in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while, but I think that's it.
How many years has been since you've been there?
In real life, it would have been like
In
5.
real life.
Wait, no,
5.
it would have been.
The war
'Cause it
ended
was-
5 years ago,
I thought it was 3 years ago. the
3
war
years
ended.
ago. So the war started 5 years ago.
So it would have been. So I would have gotten kind of picked off earlier on in the war. How long did the war last? Do we know that yet?
2 to 3 years, roughly. Okay.
So it would have been around like 7, 6 years.
I think it's 5. I think the war started 5 years ago, and you got booted pretty early.
Yeah.
In, like,
So
one of the
I
first
would.
skirmishes
I
around the
think
area.
in this world's time, probably like 5. But
It's been
for me,
11
it's
for
been
you.
like 11.
I think we said that's
Is
what
it?
your
No.
backstory said when I went to read it. It said 11.
Okay. For me, it's been like
It might have been
11.
15 or something. Is what we set it to afterwards.
I don't. Whatever. Something like that.
I'm going with 15.
That
15 years.
been a long time.
For him.
15 years for him. How long in actual
5.
time? Like 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feywild added 10 years.
Oh. It seems so. It's only been 5 total, but does time work different in the Feywild?
I'm trying to think of how much you know, but I think I explained all this.
I think you didn't do it very well.
Oh,
I think you were like, yeah, I was this old, and now I'm this old, and we were like,
Yeah, time moves differently in the Feywild than in this realm.
What
Seconds
is-
can be hours or days, or maybe not. There's no real rhyme or reason to it.
what is the Feywild like?
It's just another plane of existence.
Well, you could surely say that, but this plane of existence doesn't have little weasel flying around everywhere.
You hear a faint chuckle of laughter from Whisk.
Yeah, I mean, you'd expect a different reality or a different, what is it called? Plane of reality. Yeah.
Plane of existence, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know of, from my time there, I've heard of a few planes of existences, and they're all different.
Well, anyway, so do you know anybody from the village? Like, would they recognize you? I know you like had like your quote unquote father
Oh,
figure
no.
was the Elder Grove. But would anybody actually remember you?
I'm looking back at looking off at the village. I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
Like, did you
I
have any
think
family?
so. I was an orphan. I didn't have family, but a lot of the people throughout the village took care of me. Some nights I would be some places, and others nights I would be others. They all kind of took care of me.
Well, hopefully we see a familiar face so we're not intruding. And it'll be like, why the heck are you in our village in the middle of, let's face it, nowhere?
I mean, would it be a good thing for them to recognize you? Or, I mean, because you have aged pretty significantly, I assume. They're going to be like, wow, it was a rough 5 years for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like nervously chuckle, like, yeah. I'd like to see them again. Did I leave?
He's
I
asking
should have
the-
went into more detail. This is kind of where it's a little difficult because he asked that I make the village and I just had no time to make the village. So we're gonna run into some. There's gonna be some rough role play here. It's gonna be difficult, but we're gonna figure it out.
You wrote the backstory.
I did. There's some places.
The 5-paragraph long essay I was given, 5-page, not paragraph, sorry, long essay I was given, there wasn't a singular bit of information about the village.
He asked you this entire week to get that information to him too.
I asked him like I'd say probably 5 days ago. I should have asked him like a week ago solid. But
I was in. I'm moving, guys. Life's changing.
D&D is your life.
No, it should be.
You get on a computer and roleplay this man for at least 3 hours.
Yes, I left on good terms with the village. I left on good terms because, yeah, things were happening.
They seed you off to the war.
Aren't we
I
talking
think-
to the neighboring village?
Micah, if that blows up your plans, because under my knowledge, I assumed I left on good terms.
Okay.
Because, okay.
Just so you Micah hasn't prepped anything for your time.
Doesn't change what I have said.
Okay.
Fair point.
I think I left on good terms. I went to fight in the war, so.
Well, be careful about name dropping, because you might find out that your entire family's dead.
I'm sure that doesn't happen to everybody.
I don't know. It was like a one-time occurrence, and I'm really afraid it might happen again.
Bro goes, I'm an orphan. Don't say your name. They might tell you your family's dead.
Yeah,
they're gonna look at you and go, the Elder Grove's dead.
I was there when
Yeah,
you
that
died.
guy from the Feywild, super dead.
I just rolled 3 natural
Anyway.
ones in a row. Just want you
They're
to
gonna
know
go,
that.
are you joking? And you're gonna be like, what?
I just said my
anyway.
name.
Is someone watching us?
No, I've been rolling for fun this entire night.
Okay.
And I just was like, wow, 3 ones in a row. That sucks.
So I'm assuming.
Where were we?
Heading into
Willowshade.
Willowshade.
Yeah, we see Willowshade not too far away. So I asked you if you recognized it, and then we went on a tangent.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't we
Well,
traveling to the grove
half this was
next
like
to the
in
village?
character.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
aren't we looking for druids?
Sure does.
Yeah, there was a. I think you're still keeping this, Micah. There was a druid thing right next to us that I fought.
There was a grove.
I just got 2
There's
20s
2
in a row.
groves.
This is a pretty balanced diet.
Well,
There
I
was
can,
a- There was a
That's
druid circle right next to us that I'm gonna kind of put my head down and be like that I was part of the group that attacked them.
well,
Correct.
was it there the whole time? Like
Uh,
through your whole childhood?
yeah, I heard of them here and there. I was young though. I never really put much thought into it.
They never helped out the village at all?
Do I have any memories of helping them out?
No, them helping you.
They could have. I never personally got help by them. No, I don't know if they helped the village or not.
Or was it on the
There's any
streets?
way they might have fused with your village and now they're one village? Because that could
What'd
be
you
one.
say?
Is there any way they could have fused together, the grove and the village? Now they work together?
Have you guys stopped to have this conversation, or are you still walking down
Oh,
the
we
town?
walking.
I thought we were just on the ledge looking at the
Depends
village.
on how close we
Who
are.
stops to just sit and have a 20-minute conversation
Well, when you're
while they're
asking
going to a
questions
destination?
about
We're
the people,
debriefing.
when you're asking
Yeah.
a question like, "Do you
like,
think they have
are
merged?"
we gonna get? Do they hate you? Like when you ask those questions, I think you stop walking
That's
towards
a
the place.
reasonable. You can and cannot. That's why I'm not assuming, because
I
don't-
imagined us stopping, regardless.
because about this point, you guys have entered the village.
we stopped.
You
I
did.
don't want to do this. Yet.
Okay.
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 Well, that's why I was.
I'll look at Noah and be like, "Oh, I was part of the force that attacked them. I don't
Just-
think they would have. I don't know if they even survived, to be honest, but I'm guessing they did, because if they want us to check up on them, some of them must have escaped."
Things can happen in wars, you know. Not all of it's so cut and dry.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the battle ended. Wait, no, it was later on in the timeline that I got. So we would have wiped them out, I think. Gotta read my backstory here. Not sure.
And I'm assuming we don't mention the M word.
Oh yes, don't. We've said it out loud too many times.
I figured. Considering that they said you off to war.
Yeah, I'm gonna like look at you and being like checking your hat to make sure that it's fully covering your horns. Yeah, I wouldn't bring it up. It's...
I'll be very
not-
careful this time, I promise.
I got a question. Does Teo have shoes, or does every time he walks, is it like the clonking of like horse?
His
Like
shoes.
the
I bought
pants are
shoes.
covering.
we went to Taylor for that. Remember?
He's got huge
Yeah, I
palm
know,
trees.
but I wasn't sure if we had shoes.
They go
No, Taylor hooked him
Hooves
up.
are big enough to
Yep.
to shove a boot over and stay there. So
I mean, if I
One
can have a
boot's turned
size
around and the other
13
one's
boot,
forward.
I'm sure Teo can have like a size 15 boot.
I'm
Got Shaq
I'm
feet.
gonna then like look on to the village and like have a moment. I'm just like, you know, like running my fingers through my hair, trying to like look good, like gray. I'm gray now and stuff like that. Like, well, are you ready?
If you are.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I promise I won't
Like
spill any.
tapping my staff on the floor, just like, okay, all right. Start walking.
Don't worry, the worst thing that can happen is they go, "Oh no, it's a druid, kill it."
Not allowed.
I don't know if that's the worst thing that could happen.
Okay,
So, I'm gonna right when we start walking, I'm gonna like just have like whisper to my whisk and be like, old friend, could you maybe please try not to ruin anything?
Don't embarrass me, Mom.
these are my
I
friends.
will make it up to you. I'll make it up to you in the future, but just for a moment.
Fine. Want extra food tonight?
Two good berries.
Eat whisk.
Our good berries are like lemon bread, dude. It's
So
like-
you guys continue toward the village, and you make your way over to the village, and you get to the village,
Whoa.
and you enter the village,
Oh.
and you walk around
Describe
the village,
describe it.
and
I
there
need
isn't
I need a
single
description.
person there.
Oh.
It is.
How do you know that?
Completely deserted, from what you can tell. You
Just so
hear
everyone
no
knows,
voices, no one's walking around. There isn't a single candlelight in a house. It's quiet. I am not describing your village to you. You can describe it to me.
I did. Okay, thank you. I pictured it
actually,
as
you can
a
all right,
shire.
let me put it this way: you can describe it for everyone. because it's your village and you would do it justice.
Okay. So this
Sorry,
It is
that
a
wasn't supposed to
shire.
come off as rude.
So if you want to think of it like the Lord of the Rings, it's pretty accurate to how I wanted it to be. There would have been plenty of plant life, plenty of small little gardens everywhere and stuff like that. It would have been the classic. Some would have been shacks with, water wheels going in the water. Some would have been little houses built into hillsides, but it would be a rolling kind of plain surrounded by wood occasionally and stuff like that. So there's like wood, so the gardens wouldn't have been tenanted to. There's like nobody.
Are they like overgrown or?
Overgrown long grass.
I
Or
mean,
they're like
they're
raised?
not heavily.
Yeah, could I roll to see how long it's been since these plants
Yeah,
have been tended to?
Go ahead.
What am I rolling?
An investigation check or a survival.
That would be survival, right?
Probably survival.
Can I try to gain insight on what happened here?
How about a 4?
I'll
You
roll
don't know
survival.
anything about
why not?
plants. Those are weeds, or are they not?
Those are-
I don't actually know. Maybe that's what they're trying to
DM, can
grow.
I cast
I got a
Burning Hands?
1.
Again, I'm not really sure. You're not really sure. It's I think those are weeds. Wait, is that what they're
We need
doing? I don't know.
We need the plant guy to do the plant guy
I got an
things.
18.
Yes.
She got an 18.
I got an
Okay.
18.
So, while they're going over here, like, I don't know what is a plant and what's a weed, Noah takes a good look at it and then studies around. Their crop is grown, and it is overrun with weeds. Wow, okay. Don't say a thing, Levi. I hear him scoff in the back. I knew I screwed up. So the crop has started to grow. And the entire gardens are overgrown with weeds. It has been probably a good 5-ish days since they've been tended to.
Where
5
is
days, huh?
everybody?
It doesn't
I
look
don't-
like they've been gone long.
Is that one a dandelion?
Yeah, eat it. Find
I
out.
don't know. Do you think we could
Must
smoke
be the
this?
last of the season.
Eat it.
Um,
See what happens.
Maybe if I hold it up to my ear, I'll hear somebody talk.
We are here. We are here.
Crazy.
Okay.
I have 76 or 76 daughters and 1 son.
It was 99 daughters and 1 son.
Oh,
They
So
sent
the
me a
stuff
meme about
in
that earlier
the
today.
last town also happened a couple
That
days
was a week ago, though.
That's true. You're right.
But
However-
this doesn't look like it's been any less than a week. Or any more than a week, that is.
I'm gonna kind of turn and run to one of the houses and knock on the door.
It could be that whatever's doing this is on the move.
it did take us a week and a half to get from the burnt down place to here. So
You've got a
Yeah.
good point.
Micah, I'm gonna run up to one of the houses and knock on the door and hello, is anyone there?
You wait a minute. You wait another minute. You wait 3 more minutes. Nothing.
gonna wait any longer, Sandrick? Sorry.
Are you there? I'm starting to get worried. I'm gonna be I'm coming in, and I'm gonna open the door
It's an empty house.
and walk in. I'm gonna look around for any sign of anything like struggle.
First impression of the house, worries you for a minute because it looks like things are just thrown around. It doesn't look like someone was attacked in here, but it looks like someone just hastily grabbed important things and left.
Okay, I'm a quick run out of the come out of the house and look at everyone and be like, There's no one inside. It looks like things were kind of quickly thrown around and stuff like that, but there's no one here.
Well, you know, it had to be soon. I wonder if there's like footprints or tracks from, you know, it's a small town, but there might be footprints from them leaving.
Do you know of any
Noah,
like
as I was
Maybe-
about to tell you while I was waiting for Nick to be done talking, with that survival check you got, while you were checking the crops, you also have noticed there is a set of tracks that lead away and footprints and stuff. Barely there, from it being a very long time ago, or almost a whole week ago, but there nonetheless, and you can see them leading away.
As Jack's talking about there maybe being footprints, I kind of just like elbow him and point.
Oh my gosh, guys, there's footprints.
I'll walk up to them because I probably have the best. Can I see where the footprints are leading?
What time is it?
8:22 p.m.
Got him.
Funny joke.
I was buying myself time to answer legitimately, and then Riley answered, and it threw me off.
Shockingly, it's 8:22 in canon too. Exactly.
Like
Surprised that she
10:30 in
could
the
see-
morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I walk up to see the footprints and track where they lead.
Okay. Looking at the footprints, they head in the direction of where you know the grove used to be, or is, or
Like
can be.
they go on the main road and stuff like that.
It goes toward the Druid Grove, which isn't on the main road, but it's a small path off to the side. And the footprints follow that path to where you would assume the grove is if it hasn't moved.
That leads back to where the grove used to be.
Maybe they merged recently.
You did
What's
say.
with you and merging, dude?
Let's see a murder.
Wait, give me a second, and I'm gonna run up the road to another house, if there is one.
Okay.
Is there?
More than one person lived here.
I would say there's multiple houses.
I'll run up to another house. Again, knock on the door real quick. Call out. Open the door, just to see if it's the same situation.
Pretty much the same situation.
Alright. And then I will look at the floor again to see if there's footprints.
I mean, it's like a small caravan of footprints that was going down the trail. It's not like each house has a set of footprints that leads up going into this
Yeah.
caravan. It's just like you can tell that this was a caravan based off the indents that were made from the couple of carts that you can make out, and like the footholds and stuff. And the constant footfalls of multiple people walking through here. But there isn't like an individually every house has like a line of footprints that lead to like,
Yeah,
this caravan.
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
that
it goes. It's like you just
makes
like
sense.
caravan.
I think it's probably going to be the same situation. It's weird. If it was leaving into the village, I would have guessed there's some sort of festival or something, but the fact that they're leading to where the grove used to be.
Well, we were heading to the grove anyways. Our only option is to keep on.
It seems weird though. Why would have everything been kind of? Why would have they? It seems like they were rushed. I wonder what happened.
I don't see anything here. The only, like, we can go and ask them?
Yes, I'm just like dazed. Yeah, we can go see, make sure they're okay.
Onward.
Yeah, and we can start. I'll start following the footprints.
So, you guys continue down the trail heading toward the grove. I'm I'm not going to make you roll for it because Sandrick knows where the grove would be. And you're watching this trail, and you know you just like heading the same route you would take. So you're like, okay, I think I kind of know where this is. As you guys start your journey there, Sandrick, you know it's only like half a day's journey to this grove. Like it's not far.
I would be taking I would be checking occasionally to make sure that the path they took does not veer off from where the grove would be.
What's everyone's passive perceptions?
16.
12.
11.
13.
Okay. Okay. You guys continue on. Spend the next half a day, Sandrick worrying about what's going on, what have happened, what caused all this, and the rest of you spend the next half day traveling, exhausted from the constant traveling, and a little annoyed that you didn't get to have a place to stay. Continuing on, you start to see what?
Through that half day's journey, if I stop to try to look for wildlife, like a bird, a squirrel, something.
Yeah.
Could I find anything?
Make a perception check.
Twelve.
Surprisingly, you don't see much of anything.
Ah, that sucks.
Like, you saw a squirrel for like maybe half a second before it like is gone, and whatever animals you see, like could have seen, like you saw a couple birds flying really high in the sky, and they were just flying away.
Could I have a quick time event with that squirrel?
I mean, it dipped instantly, so you can certainly try.
I would like to quickly, as an action, cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And call out to the squirrel saying, "Excuse me, friend. Don't run away. I would love to ask you a question."
Make an animal handling check with advantage.
Sandrick's making funny noises again.
I imagine I imagine
That's
animal speak with animals to function equivalent to like that of universal translator, where he just talks normally and then it understands him, and then it talks and he understands it.
Sandrick's yelling at the forest again.
Kind of like the functions of like the TARDIS translator.
I don't.
I got a 19.
That's sleight of hand, brother.
Damn. What up?
He
Nice
stole the
one.
squirrel.
Is it the same
Sandrick,
mod?
I got
It's
you
not the
first,
same
Sandrick.
mod. I
Yes, I
can
got
get
you.
so much better. Yeah, 22.
You
Those
see
are
like the
not
tip of its
easy.
tail as it like almost dips into a tree, and then it goes away, and then it slowly pokes its head out.
Uh. Did a group of humans come through here a few days ago?
Humans? Aren't you a halfling?
Humanoids come through here a few days ago.
Sorry, my dice are loaded tonight.
There needs to be a word other than humanoids to like overall encompass intelligent life.
People?
It's not a good word, but
My bad. Monsters? Is that better?
Creatures,
humanoids.
Things.
That
intelligent
Bipedal.
creatures, unlike yourself, little squirrel.
Sentient being.
Sapiens?
It like kind of like tilts its head. looks at you. It blinks a couple times. Gave me nuts.
So they did come through here.
Yeah, I smell one. Give me nuts.
That's nuts, man.
Did they seem in distress? Was the forest safe at the time?
Big bird.
In the midst of this
A big-
conversation, I'm gonna kind of whisper to Noah and be like, "Remember when he said we were the crazy ones?"
You just see like a little 2'7" halfling looking up at a tree and just like.
You guys see like the smallest head of a squirrel poked out of like a hole in a tree, just like looking down at him.
Did the big bird threaten you, or was it threatening the humanoid people?
Big birds threaten the forest. Big birds scary. Stay away from big birds.
The biggest bird.
At least we talk not out loud.
Thank you. I won't take up more of your time.
Got any nuts?
I'm gonna look, and would you be interested in this? And pull up a good berry.
Is it a nut?
It's a fruit. It's sweet.
Let me see it.
Is he bribing the squirrel?
It's,
Let me see it.
he might be.
Um,
I'm just
I
wondering what the
will-
squirrel
I
has to
will-
offer.
walk up and try to like find a little lip on the tree to put the berry and step back.
Okay, you set it down and you back up. It like darts out, grabs it, darts back into its hole, and like nibbles on it. Acceptable. And it goes back to nibbling and it dumps back down to its hole.
Yeah.
Did you bribe
I-
a squirrel?
Yeah, did you bribe the squirrel?
No, I was just asking some questions. Apparently, there was a big bird that was threatening the forest when they were coming through the forest. I don't know
Well, you've
what that means.
You've seen a lot of animals. What's the biggest bird you've ever seen?
Yeah.
What would I guess? What like in this fantasy world? What's the biggest bird I would have seen?
There's a mountain range not too far to the northwest of where your village is located. And
That's
from that mountain
true.
range, there is a species of rocks that live there.
Ooh.
Rocks are a species?
ROK.
Yeah. Pretty sure it's RC, but I could be wrong.
My bad. That's on me.
ROC, yes, my bad.
Big bird. Predator. I'm
I'll
not.
Big
Google
bird.
it.
I would know this.
You
a
know
big
of
red
the
bird.
rocks, but they don't usually stray this far away because the mountain is kind of a ways away, and you're just outside of their hunting grounds. Maybe something's pushed them
I'll
farther
let
this
them-
way, or they're attacking. You don't know.
They're very scary.
I would tell them that.
That one is.
Yeah, Nick, if you want to
picking up
throw a
an
picture
elephant.
of a rock in, or Riley, one of you want to throw it in art drops.
This one's picking up an elephant.
I saw the one that was picking up the horse. That was cool.
Rock.
Damn.
Big
This
bird.
is so much cooler.
The scale on this
Um,
picture is so strange.
Yeah, I would let them know that I'm not really sure why a frickin' rock would be this far.
So
I mean-
a rock is a big bird.
Yeah, they
We've
live in the
never-
mountains, I'm guessing.
You're guessing?
I would have said everything Micah just said to you. I don't know.
Okay. There's these big birds that live in the mountains that have
And
known
the-
to be around here.
and
And
they're
they're terrorizing the
dangerous.
forest and apparently your village. Okay, we got it. Let's go.
Well, I don't know if that's it.
Can you bribe the bird
Anything could have been flying. No offense to the
So,
to the squirrel, but you wouldn't have known any difference.
you bribed a squirrel. And the squirrel said, big bird. Next question.
You would have heard me speak if the speak with animals. You would have heard what I said. I think.
Is that
unless
is that how that
we're
works?
not-
Yeah,
So you
Are we?
I thought you speak in like druidic.
That's
you
the
said,
thing. That's what I
"Oh,
thought.
got me nuts. Would you accept a good berry?" And then you talked about good berries for a time. And then
How are we doing it, Micah? Am I speaking chick
Okay.
chick chick like a
So,
squirrel, or am
the
I?
way my brain thinks of the spell, I haven't read the description, mind you, just the way my brain thinks of it initially, is it functions like a TARDIS translation. And that is, you speak, everyone hears you speak, it understands you, it speaks, you understand it, but you're still speaking your respective languages.
so when he was talking to all those deer, he was just a guy talking to a bunch of deer.
Yes. And the deer understood him, and then the deer spoke back, and he understood them. It's just like a
gain-
one-person translation matrix specifically for animals.
You-
The description
Aligned.
says for the duration you can comprehend and verbally communicate with beast.
Yeah. So that's how I think of it. You speak out loud in your normal language, because you are comprehending it. You're not actually speaking it. You're just understanding it.
And verbally communicate.
Yeah,
with
and
beasts.
verbally
And verbally,
communicate
so
with the
my
beast.
thought is, it understands you, you understand it. In your
Okay.
normal languages.
Sure.
You're not like chirping at birds or like chattering at squirrels. Unless
That'd
you
be
want
crazy
to
if
be.
you
It's
started
like-
chirping.
There's like a medium. It's like a magical translator.
Yeah. It's like the TARDIS translation matrix.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you would have heard what I said,
I
so
haven't
you would have
watched
known
a
the
lot
gist
of
of
like-
what I was going about.
I'm
Gotcha.
wearing a trench coat.
It seems like there's a lot happening in this region of the continent. I mean, we found 2 abandoned villages, and what? The Rocks hunting grounds have changed,
What
maybe?
was abandoned? All the corpses were still there.
Semi-abandoned.
Sorry,
A
one
burnt
village
down.
massacred. One village massacred, the other completely abandoned.
Well, thank you. That makes me feel a whole lot better.
Well, we are fighting a war. We need to be working.
I'm saying,
We know
I'm saying
your
that-
village isn't massacred
well,
Yeah.
yet.
Our village is
You're
not
just gonna.
safe.
I'm just gonna look at you, just like, let's get going, and
yeah,
start
my
walking.
point is they might be connected.
At least they're probably alive, man. At least they're probably alive.
I know for sure mine are dead.
I just want everyone to know that when he
Alright.
asked if the squirrel knew anything, I rolled
That's
at
okay.
disadvantage and got a natural 20.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, yeah. I
Because it
we
is
should also
like
prepare for the inevitability that if there are druids, they're probably, and they recognize you, they're probably not going to be very.
Oh, why would you say that?
Didn't you try killing them?
You were sent.
Oh, recognize me. Sorry, I thought you meant recognize me as a druid. Now that I think of it, there's a lot of irony here.
Yeah.
I'm getting that too.
A lot of poeticness going on.
Yeah, it's very.
It's almost like someone wrote this.
You're hearing the
Almost like
the
an
heartbeats
AI
underneath
wrote
the
this.
floorboards.
Oh, shut up, dude.
No,
Let
I'm
it
kidding, I'm
go.
kidding, I'm
Nick was
kidding.
there when I wrote it.
kidding. I'm kidding. I know you
I
only
was-
used
I was-
AI to iron it out. I just like giving you a hard time. I know you wrote this yourself.
Anyway, yeah, we continue walking.
So, you guys continue on your journey, and eventually you make it to the forest gets denser, the canopy gets darker as the sky is blacked out, and you continue your way through into this dense forest, following the path. Eventually, you get to like a treetop hybrid village. Not everything's in the trees, but there's some stuff in the trees, defenses in the trees. A makeshift wall that blends in really well with the surroundings. Like, you wouldn't realize there was a wall until you were like 3 feet from it. This place is completely concealed, non-magically. At least as far as you can tell. As you approach the grove. And as you reach the grove, 2 bears come meet you at the gate, one on each side. And they come out of the foliage. You see 2 giant eagles in underneath the canopy, but still above you, circling you, your whole group. And you see 2 guards halfway up trees on platforms. Rocks, decent-sized rocks, like about this big, floating, hovering above their hands, staring at you.
They all came out suddenly.
I mean, you eventually noticed, like, by the time you realized you were there, because you didn't even realize the wall was there until you were basically at the wall. And then you looked up and saw 2 giant eagles circling you, and then 2 bears walk out of the foliage, and you then notice, after seeing the bears, then you see the eagles, and then you're like, oh, dang, and then you see 2 guards, rocks hovering above their heads, staring down at you, like, not attacking, but, like, ready to defend.
I'm going to call out in Druidic, saying, don't be afraid, we come in peace. We're just here to trek the caravan from the village.
The 2 with the rocks let the rock drop into their hand, and they, like, half take a step, like, stance back of, like, not calm, but, like, not actively defending. The bears hold stance, and one of the eagles dives down and lands in front of the gate and reverts back to their humanoid form. Cloaked with a hood over, so you can't tell what they are, what they look like, who they are. Holding a staff of with intricate designs carved into it, and a green crystal at the top of it. You recognize this. This is whatever that staff is. That's usually whoever's, like, the leader of this grove. That staff is this, basically the, what's the word I want?
Symbol
Signifier.
of power?
It's like, yeah, it's basically the equivalent of the crown. It's like, this is the leader, and it's passed down from leader to leader. And they go, and why are you tracking this caravan?
Well, for one, it's my old home, my old village that I used to live at, so I'm concerned about what happened, and that's not the entire story. We're here on a mission from Arcane.
There is no movement, and the figure responds, everyone from this village is here. All of the living villagers are under our protection, and no one has left the village in years.
They merged.
All of a sudden, you appear claiming to be from the village. What is your name?
I'm gonna let out an audible sigh when he said that they're all here. Oh boy.
I knew they'd merge.
You were right. To be fair, I don't know how you guessed that they merged.
Because I'm
What a stupid way to say it, though. Oh. That's good. My name's Sanric. What were they? What did they need your protection from? And I would use my full title, Sanric Trueflower.
What's your armor class, Sanric?
13.
Oh boy. Things are gonna go well.
Nobody
As you
likes
say
that
your
question.
name, a vine
Oh, shit.
sprouts out of the ground and wraps around you, pulls you down, grappling you and restraining you to your spot. And the figure throws off their hood. And you recognize this person. This is Elowen Brightleaf. And she looks at you with fury and rage in her eyes. Sandrick Trueflower, you dare come to my grove after what you did?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And the guards, once again, stones ready. The bears are on, getting ready to attack. The eagle starts to, like, circle faster, getting ready to dive. She stands
give
there,
me
her staff ready. What have you to say for yourself after your 15 years of exile, Sandrick Trueflower?
Jack would be ready to cast any spell.
Okay. What
I'm
spell?
gonna cast message, and
I'm gonna. Go ahead.
I'm gonna ask Sanric, what do you want us to do?
As you go to cast message, because it has somatic
Yeah.
components, she goes, "Ah. No spells."
Everyone,
Can I mind link
Yes.
Sanric and ask him what he wants us to do?
just wait. Don't do anything.
I relay that to the other two via mind
Yeah.
link.
Okay.
Is that the first time Teo hears the mind link?
No, I heard it last time
Say no.
Okay,
That
we're
happened
loud.
in combat.
where they were slurping.
Don't know if
noises.
that was ever like. I don't know if we ever like processed that happened with Teo, but it happened.
Okay, cool.
I think it was
Um,
less of a care because it was like, there's a lot of slurping noises and I can't see.
I can't see.
It was like,
That was perfect.
Magus?
It's dark.
Elowen, I had a passive thought that I might run into you. I was hoping I wouldn't.
The only way you wouldn't run into me is if I was dead.
I got taken out early in the war. I didn't know. I didn't know if you would have made it or not.
As you can see, we are surviving pretty well from the war. The one you fought in was no question.
I would like to, as I'm just like being held down by Rude.
You're
I'm
like,
just gonna
it's
look
like
at-
grabbed you and twisted around you and pulled you to the ground. You're still standing, but like you can't get up. Like your knees are
Yeah.
bent as you're pulled down. Like you can't get up, you can't go around. You're restrained.
I would like to truly say, I'm sorry for what I did to Aranis. I was a stupid thing. And me being part of the war was me being a dumb kid. I'm sorry.
Make a persuasion check.
My 0. Oh no. 18.
The grip of the vines loosens. You are now grappled, not restrained. She's still staring at you. Sorries only take you so far. It is your actions that determine what you truly have become.
If it's any consolation, my time spent in the Feywild was brutal. I suffered a lot.
Good.
what I said still stands. We are here on a mission for Arcane, and I did come here to make sure the villagers or the residents of Willowshade were still alive.
They are under our protection now.
Well, not yet. I'm just kind of, I don't know what to do now.
And
Being
what is
restrained
this
and stuff.
Arcane?
I mind link Sandrick and tell him to name drop the guy that gave us I don't remember his name, but the guy that gave us the quest.
Shoot. I didn't
Also,
write it down.
I got you.
this is the second time we name dropped and something bad happened, guys. Let's be real here.
To be fair,
We
there were
cannot
only
introduce
2
ourselves.
times it could have happened, and it's one of which you were forced into. The other one was on your accord.
Hey, we were trying to be nicer.
You talking about the artificer? I guess you don't
Yeah,
know
what's
who
his
he
name?
is. The Fire Genasi?
Yeah.
Orlod?
What was his freaking name?
Or I just... Okay.
You just said it out loud.
Wait, you did?
I did?
Yo, what was that one girl's name? The one that's like talking to you.
There's
Oh.
Elowen?
Elowen, yeah.
Is that with a
Elowen
Q?
and- Give me a sec. It is pronounced.
Sorry, I need to know for Nick's notes.
Elowen Brightleaf?
Bright Leaf.
Yep.
It's
One word.
Elowen.
Elowen. All right.
And then Aranis is the other person I mentioned. Well, might I ask what they need protection from?
People like you.
Oh, no, you asked what Arcane was.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I need to figure out the way to say this.
Is it ARRAUNS?
A-R-A-N-N-I-S.
ARANISS.
Did we ever figure out his name?
N-N-I-S.
What was his name?
Orlod.
Orlon. Okay, that's it. Look, okay, I'm gonna write that down.
You know, it's in my notes. I probably could have found it real fast.
Okay, Orlon. All right.
I really hope that that was more exaggerated than it was.
Arcane. How about? Do you know Orlod? Astari?
The group from Astari? We've heard of them. But they're those freedom fighters, yeah?
Yeah, that would be them. They said they had a
sent you
druid.
to recruit us.
Well, not exactly the words they used. They said that the Druid Grove. They lost connection with them.
That's true. We have ceased all sorts of magic's use that we can. Anything of that specific power we have stopped using for the sake of staying hidden.
Oh, well, this might be a good time to introduce you to my. Can I like wiggle at all while I'm in
Yeah,
these
you're
vines?
you're no longer restrained. You're grappled now.
I'm gonna like. It's a good time to introduce my group. We were all sent on the same mission. This is Teo. She's a satyr from the Fey realms.
So you brought back others to share in your suffering from the Feywild.
Well, technically, yes, but not her.
Senric, as you say, Whisk pops out and he goes, "Hi." She just kind of like leans her head, like, "What?" It's not what I had in mind when I sent him there.
And that is Jack and Noah. They're siblings. There's a lot to explain about them, but I gotta think here. Is there a reason you lost connection with them?
He just
I
said.
explained that.
Wait,
They're trying to minimize the use of higher level magic to help them stay better. The hidden better. Ugh.
okay, that's fair. Is that the only reason? Aren't you wanting to be a part of the resistance anymore?
We were barely a part of it to begin with. And why continue when we have our own battles to fight here? We cannot devote more resources to them than we already have.
Before I ask and look stupid, would I know of any reason why the villagers would be under threat?
Rock,
Because, like, I
maybe.
know you Huh?
Rock, maybe.
Big
The only
bird.
reason I say that is because I remember you thought that my village was a group of magical druids.
Right, I originally thought that because that's what I thought you were saying. You were from a grove, but then you were from a village that was next to a grove, which made a little bit more sense.
Okay.
No, I came up with this whole plot within the past like week and a half. Or I put it together fully because we're here now.
You said before, protect the village from people like me. What would they do with the village? I didn't think anyone had any gripes against them.
Have you been to Notif, perchance?
Yes, we have.
Do you think that that village, town, was full of magic users?
I didn't think of it that way. I thought maybe
Notif
banded.
is a decently sized trade city for this area, and you can tell that they burned it down. Them and their little riders. I'm surprised they didn't snap you when you were on your way here.
We were a few days late when we showed up there.
The riders have not left. They're in the mountains.
What riders?
You didn't see them. Either you are extremely lucky or they are extremely blind if you were not actively hiding from them. What do you think burnt the village? At this point,
We only
the
found
vines.
scavengers.
Sorry. At this point, the vines fully subside from around you. Sorry, you can say.
We only found scavengers there. We didn't find any evidence of anything.
The evidence is in the village. What
The
do
village
you
that's-
think had enough fire to do that?
We didn't put much thought into it. We were attacked.
Oh,
We were busy on our mission.
15 years in the Feywild and you're still thick. They have dragons.
Wait, she doesn't know that. Wait a minute.
I'm thinking about dragons.
Yeah, she does.
I think I'll just keep talking in the Mind Palace, but to Vine Link Jack, like, we are planning on going into those mountains. We should be worried about this.
Dragons might exist.
We're learning about
Um,
dragons right now.
I'm gonna look at
Oh,
her,
cool.
just like I'm gonna snap my head to her and be like, "How did you know I spent 15 years in the Feywild?"
One does not live
never
as
told
long
you
as
that.
I have and not know about the Feywild, especially one with my heritage. For those
kept
who
track?
are now wondering, she is a wood elf.
You kept track of me while I was there.
With what K, Nick? Get out of here.
That's what we were all thinking, okay?
You're horrible. Unbelievable. Not thick with two C's, thick with a K.
I
The
sense a
K. love
story.
No.
I sense a love story.
As in
I
thick in the
honestly-
skull.
I was gonna say, I was like, do you think this is his ex-girlfriend?
I think so, I think so.
Can't have nothing undestroyed.
Sandrick had a love interest.
Yeah.
This roleplay is about to get freaky.
If I
Not
were
really.
to be silly. However, I was like, now's not the time to say things.
Y'all are horrible.
Somebody might die.
Horrible.
Nah, this is pretty much I just killed her closest friend in battle, and then she hunted me down like a dog. That's pretty much that
That's-
story.
Good for her.
Great.
You just
Girl
say
power.
that right now.
No, not out loud.
Meta.
I
Oh,
asked her, you were keeping track of me while I was in the Feywild?
No, you were gone for 5 years? That's how time works in the Feywild.
I thought it was up to interpretation. That I thought it was like everywhere. It could.
No.
I thought the Feywild.
Roughly, given the time and the way you entered and probably the way you exited, it was 15 years, give or take.
1 to 3.
Okay. Oh,
Now, if the Shadowfell, now that is a completely different time frame. That is something we are not getting into.
I've heard.
Have you?
Have you ever heard of Baldur's Gate?
Not that Shadowfell. Get out of here.
Well, are we welcome to come in? Are we going to stand here?
You are going to go in, but only so we don't draw attention to ourselves, so that the riders don't find us. You are to do nothing extra. She looks at Whisk. Keep that one in check. Faye are tricky.
I'm gonna just look at Whisk and be like, you did promise.
Twipple the food now.
Deal.
As she turns around, she motions to the two guys with the rocks, and they grab the rock, they put it in a little pouch, and then they start pulling on ropes, and the door starts to open. Yes, this way, not straight up and down with the pull on ropes. It opens like like two giant doors as they pull on the ropes. You don't know the mechanics of it. Figure it out on your own. And you all
Minecraft
enter.
pistons.
I think I got it.
He's on to me.
Did they open inwards?
They
No, they
open
open-
inward toward,
Out here.
like inward toward
Oh,
the little grove.
So the ropes have to be like going through the door so that when you pull the tension on it, they release outwards.
You don't know. Anyway, so as you all enter,
I'm
It's
down.
magic. We can say the M word again.
yeah, I heard N, and I was like, what?
Yeah,
Oh
I did
no,
too.
definitely not. None of us can say the N word.
That doesn't stop Nick. Anyway, so or Devin, as you guys.
Stops everybody else.
It's true. And this, as you guys enter the grove, the doors slowly and very quietly shut behind you. The eagle in the air has disappeared, and you guys see a small village of this grove that is like rudimentary huts and stuff, tents pitched everywhere. Senric, you recognize a couple of these villagers as they're walking around. They have also aged, but not nearly as much as you. And she turns back around to you and she goes, "You can tell your Astari people that we are of no interest in joining their cause, for we have our own to deal with."
They don't want you to join. They just want open communication.
And why do you think they want that?
I assume it's an easier way to travel messages.
Messages for why? They need
We're just
allies
messengers.
for their cause. I'm sure you have been there. You have seen the amount of people they have. They need allies.
Do you not
And a whole
agree?
grove of druids is quite a lot of allies. But we have our own world-ending events to deal with.
Do you not agree with their mission?
Do you? One who
Look,
jumps at the instance of being told one thing, one who doesn't question what is going on? Are you?
look, I made a mistake back then. I should have never let them get to my head, but this, to fight against them, they've slaughtered all the magic in this. Oh man, I gotta get my words together. I am lagging. I'm glitching. Holy crap.
It's better than going
Hey,
um
hey!
They slaughtered every mage in this entire continent. Isn't that not something worth fighting for?
Ironic.
No.
Coming from you.
Look, I said I made some mistakes, but I spent 15 years paying for them.
15 years is not long enough.
Perhaps you're right, but I guess I can't say much. I'm sorry. And I'll just go quiet.
And for their mission, I agree with it. But we have our own problems. And it's not just the riders. The riders align with their mission. They are an obstacle in our way. But we have our own problems to deal with.
Who are these writers?
Who do you think? Who would have the means to control dragons? To control the populace?
Oh, it was.
Kingdom?
Who else? The riders wear the brand of the king. They have the signets of the military.
But what do they have to gain about slaughtering a village of non-magical people?
Well,
Doesn't make any sense.
If you were trying to raise chaotic, chromatic dragons as for your army, I would assume you would need to be able to field test, and you would need to be able to control them properly, and to know you have the control.
And if they were to, I don't know, if this problem were to be solved, would you consider opening communication with Astari? Or is it just off the table entirely?
It is off the table entirely. Even if the riders left, we have our own problems to deal with. And she motions over to the middle of the grove, and there is a tree slightly bigger than the rest of the other trees, not by a lot, but just slightly bigger. Has been there for probably a couple hundred years. And the branches are completely withered. There isn't a single lick of green on this tree compared to the rest of this very lush forest. And you can see there's about 5 or 6 druids around the tree casting spells and trying to maintain it. And the tree is not a normal color. It's not just a dead tree that is decayed. Like, the tree is black. like a dark gray, and like the branches have curled. There is a sickness in this world, and it is affecting more than just the trees.
What else is it affecting?
Magic itself.
I don't
What
think
do you
my
think
budget-
it is?
Whatever it is, we cannot stop. We must try and stop it from spreading as much as we can. Our grove has dedicated to learning about it and finding a way to stop it.
Is there a way we can access your research on it?
We don't have much.
We're doing the same thing. We're figuring out what's happening.
Make a persuasion check.
Is it persuasion if I'm just telling the truth?
Yeah, you're trying to convince her to let you help. And you're in Sanric's party.
A natural 20?
Damn.
Unnatural or natural?
Unnatural?
So dirty 20. Cool. I will have you take a look at what our researchers have gained, but it is not much. We don't know the cause. We barely know how to
I can
spread the
share
pain.
any information I have.
Best we have is sunlight spells and restoration spells for plants, and that's about it. And that's barely keeping it at bay. If that tree were to spread to everything around us, our entire defenses would fall, and the riders would find us instantly.
As a druid, would I know the significance of this tree? Is it magical? What's its purpose?
Mainly like a signification. Like this is like what this grove was founded on. Like probably whoever founded this grove planted that tree years ago. You would probably guess that she is older than that tree, being a wood elf.
Yeah.
But the tree is probably the oldest living plant here. If you would like to try and discern the sickness, you can make a medicine check.
I would
I'll
like
look
to
to-
do that.
I will give
Yeah.
Sanric
First,
advantage, and the other two can roll straight.
I'll first look at her and like, could I have a look?
Don't touch anything.
I'll walk over and do that. Nat 20, baby. 23 altogether.
I got an 8.
I got a 6.
It's so fitting, guys.
You
have
two
to admit,
walk up.
Sometimes the dice
The dice
knows.
know. The dice know. And I love that. You guys are like trying to figure it out. You're like, is sick all right? Sure does.
Like, what's this black goo?
Like, that's a point for sure this time.
Sanric,
Whoa, that
You
tree
don't-
looks gnarly, man.
That's
Is it a
supposed to be-
dandelion?
You know what I'm
Yeah.
imagining Jack is doing this whole time? Jack's over there just like unbuttoning his shirt a little bit, showing off to the other elves, like, hey, what's up?
What? That is not what Jack.
Look,
Feels
I,
like
you gotta
what?
Jack's,
lean
like,
into the
wrapping
fact
in
that
his
Jack is a
cloak.
beautiful, beautiful dude, dude.
He pops up the
Jack
collar
is-
every
Jack's
once in a
hot.
while and folds it back down.
Look at the cape. Look at the cape.
check it out.
Look at
Check
the
it.
cloak.
Check it.
It's new.
Look
I
how
got
it
it in a
flows
dream.
in the wind.
Yeah, I get my powers from an
Got it in a dream, I have.
extraterrestrial being.
I
It's
get my
kind of
powers
cool.
from Magus himself. Not to brag or anything, but I'm better than you.
You ever seen a Technicolor dream coat?
Oh, how old are you?
Nice.
600. My type.
That's wild. So
I
Sanric,
like the older woman, anyways.
moving on. Sanric. The other two are just kind of confused on how a sickness like this is even where it is. Your first instinct is, oh, well, it's just the tree that's sick. And then you notice the spells that are being cast, and you don't recognize them fully, but you know well enough to know that if it was just a normal tree sickness, the druids would have healed it immediately. And so you start to wonder, how could this tree of significance be this sick if it's this well maintained? And then it starts to hit you. There is something magical about this tree. I guess medicine wasn't what I should have had you rolled, but like it was still a wisdom check anyway, and it's a nat 20, so it doesn't matter. There's something. There is something magical about this tree. Its location was put there for a purpose, and whatever blight has consumed this tree is from a magical source. Something about the location of this tree and whatever magical means were used on this tree to make it be able to live this long and this healthy are essentially what's causing it to die. The magic within it is rotting the tree. And whatever blight has taken hold, the magics of the druids cannot heal. Only keep at bay.
Question. Would I know if could I think, because I know a blight hit the Feywilds. Could I see if the magic that is behind this tree is connected to the Feywild?
You are allowed to guess that. I will not confirm or deny anything. You can ask. I'm on session 14, that's why I can't see any of my notes. You can ask Elowen to confirm, seeing as she knows about Feywild, but you don't know.
Yeah. I was just wondering if I needed to roll anything for that or something. But okay.
What did you discern, Sanric?
Noah, you one of the druids that Elwyn has called over has come over and brought you to their like little tent of research and is showing you all the stuff that they have figured out.
There's no physical sickness to this tree. It seems whatever's causing it to die. Well, the tree is in some way magical, and whatever that magic is, something sick about it. There's nothing natural about this.
I mind link Noah and ask if she has detect magic.
I do, yeah.
Would you be willing to come to cast detect magic and focus in on this tree?
I really want to see this research, but I've been asked to go cast detect magic on the tree real quick.
We've done that. It's right here.
We've done that?
Yeah. So if
Actually,
you look
Jack-
right here, you can see that we have tried this, and then, and he just starts going, and he's like, shows you the detect magic, and I'll get you the specifics in a minute.
I send Nick straight mind screenshots of the
She's like,
notes.
screenshot, send, send.
Nick, Jack,
Yeah,
is like,
The
exactly. You have to
screenshots
start
that
over.
you're getting sent, Jack, are confirming everything Zanric is saying.
Okay.
And Elowen replies to you, Zanric, and goes, the tree was planted when the grove was founded by my father. It was planted in this specific spot for the reason of the magic that goes through here. Obviously, none of you are educated on magic, but in a brief summary, this world is full of magic, and I don't mean it exists. I mean it is in the world. There are lines of magic running throughout it. Invisible traces of the aether. Sometimes they get tangled and reveal what is known as a vortex. But when a tree is planted directly on one of these ley lines, if you will, they can grow in live. Why do you do this to me? They are able to live for a longer period of time as they would feed off of the source of the magic that it is. My only assumption is something is wrong with the magic. And
I
we are
can't
trying
help it.
everything to just keep the tree alive and to section it off here and not let it spread throughout the line of Aether into another location.
I can't help but think it's connected. When I left the Fey realms, there was an Ent there. He was my mentor. His name was Elder Grove. Right before I came back to this world, he said that there was some sort of blight in the Fey wilds.
Yes, Nick.
Could I please get down on my knees, fold my hands together, and pray to Magus?
Absolutely. They just eye you and then ignore you.
Are the notes I'm reading reflecting all of this as well?
Yes.
Do
Indeed.
they have diagrams of the vortex, or can I add those?
No, they're giving you in-depth detail. You're getting the in-depth detail and
Okay.
a lot
Just a
of
bunch of squiggly marks.
it's chicken scratch. You look around, all the druids are chickens. No, I'm kidding. You're getting. So Sandrick's getting the basic, this is how it works, this is what we know, and you're getting this is how it works. This is the explanation of it, and you have notes on the notes of this is a vortex, this is what it's all about, this is what a ley line is, and how that works, and the way magic is corresponding, and the way it corresponds with the otherworldly planes around the prime material. And
So they have more in-depth notes than I have on this subject.
Very, because they have been studying this for a while.
And they said they didn't have much. Okay, we're good.
They don't. That's the thing. You just don't
We're
have
good.
any. Nick, if you want to do me a favor, or someone, if you want to pull up the map of the inner plane, the 2 outer planes, and the 4 primordial planes. I think that's the right word, is primordial.
Look
The
up the
elemental
planes of
planes.
D&D.
I want the map that goes as far out to the elemental planes and no farther. And if you could throw that in Art Drop, that would be great. Or World Lore. Or not World Lore, or Guild Hall.
Okay.
Somewhere that's not Mind Palace, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Uh,
I would assume it would get relayed. But they do have that map.
I'm frantically scribbling down notes on my side.
when I go down to pray, I ask Magus, I go, you've shown me once before the thread connecting me to my parents. Is there any possible way you can show me the thread connecting to the magic of this tree?
That's insane.
Micah's juggling 5 topics right now.
No, it's fine.
So
I'm mainly just trying to gauge how this would work, because your thread connects you to Demagus directly, which you got from your last vision. You aren't connected to the weave like anyone else is. You and Noah are directly connected. Not the weave, sorry, the Aether.
And that is, and this little vortex thing is an infected version of it, right? Or
This is
what we know
something
is
bad's happening to the magic. And you can tell from your visions and the way Magus has been presenting himself to you that he is weak. He is unhealthy and unstable, showing himself as an orb, barely able to hold a physical form that is your size. You can probably tell that the Aether is weak from the visions. Make a roll me a percentile. Evan, did you have something?
What?
Did you have something?
The only the question I asked where was it?
Oh,
I talked to her about
I
the
rolled a nat
blight that
20
was
on
in the
that
Fae.
check again, so I will get to that. Thank you. My dice are loaded. I don't want to roll a nat 20, and it's like natural 20. And I'm like,
They like us telling our
We're
story.
getting all the lore, dude. We're getting all the
no!
lore.
A lot of it, yeah.
Do you want my percentile?
Yes.
11.
That's wild.
He's unable to break the veil. You can sort of sense his presence. There's a very, very faint overlay of your thread going up. And that's the only one you can see is yours. And it's super faint. And then it's gone almost immediately.
You're still receiving screenshots. It's a bit distracting.
Your notifications
It's just like,
are blowing
graphs, math,
Your Discord notifications are going.
up.
Megas, please show me this. Wait! That's a picture of the other plane. That's a picture of the planes. What?
sine, cosine,
Oh no!
So many diagrams. So many graphs.
Yeah, so you can ignore all of the white in this map of the plains, the ice, marsh, magma, smoke, all that junk. I'm choosing to ignore all that because those are just subplanes of the main elemental planes. But the prime material, the Feywild, the Shadowfell, there's a border around all of that leads to the primordial planes, which is your elemental planes. And then that's as far as your map goes for the planes, and it shows all of them.
Yeah, I'm aware.
You're aware, but Sandrick's not. Mason.
Oh, that's
kick
true.
him.
Here you go. Reflected.
So,
I love that the font is nearly indecipherable.
yeah, there's better versions of the map. I'll find one and send it for you guys later. And by better versions, I mean one that I like better. Anyway, Sandrick. As you say that, she looks at you and she goes, "The Elder Grove. Is that the one who gave you your way back? Is he the one that released you?"
Is that just a really good guess? Because yes, he didn't send me back, but him and I spent many years looking for a way back.
You spent time with the Elder Grove. In person.
He was my mentor.
He was your
Closest-
mentor. The Elder Grove, your mentor. Really?
Yes. Do you?
You're being
Clearly-
serious. Do you know who he is?
He was a very good mentor.
He sent you back with a mission, then, I assume?
Yeah, I'm like gonna go almost to reach for my necklace because if you think about it, I've had it for a while, and I'm like, yes, he did. It was he. Before I stepped through the portal, he gave me a seed. He said it was his offspring, so that the cycle would continue. But then he gave me a new one.
Which is...
He came to me in a vision, and he said I needed to fight the blight that was in the kingdom. And he took the seed from me.
She looks back into the tree, looks back to you. Well, that's interesting, now isn't it? And you don't know who he really is?
He was very knowledgeable on
Who do
The
you think he
Feywild?
is?
a really old ent.
An Ent can give you a vision from
A really
a
old
different
Ent.
plane of existence. An Ent can take a physical item away from you, and give you a vision from a different plane of existence.
Yes.
An Ent can give you a vision from a different plane of existence. An Ent can take a physical item away from you, and give you a vision from a different plane of existence. An Ent can take a physical item away from you, and give you a vision from a different plane of existence. An Ent can take a physical item away from you, and give you a vision from a different plane of existence. An Ent can take a physical item away from you, and give you a vision from a different plane of existence. An Ent can take a physical item away from you, and give you a vision from a different plane of existence. An Ent can take a physical item away from you, and give you a vision from a different plane of existence. An Ent can take a physical item away from you, and give you a vision from a different plane of existence. An Ent can take a physical item away from you, and give you a vision from a different plane of existence. An Ent can take a physical item away from you, and give you a vision from a while remaining on a different plane of existence?
I'm gonna like all the doubts I had before are gonna kind of come back.
He's not Ent. The Elder Grove? That is another name for one of the deities of the Feywild. That's Ementician.
Would I know this person? Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a
Would you?
minute. Wait a minute.
Have you
Wait a
heard his name
minute.
before?
Okay, let me just check to make sure, because if that is, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Bro just realized he's a demigod.
Mm-mm.
That's the same guy Fix followed.
Hey. What?
It's in Nick's notes. It
We're
happened.
cutting that.
He doesn't know that. He wasn't paying attention.
Okay, okay. I forgot the other guy that interacted with me. I thought it was Thaylor, and I was about to be like,
He didn't hear me anyways.
I know.
Okay.
anyway. Do I know what I've heard of Amentesian in my time there?
Wild.
This is crazy.
What is, I'm sorry, I'm a bad player,
Nick yelled
or
it
Ma-
in dead silence.
What did you say?
Nothing.
You know, Nick's notes exist for a reason. I suggest you use it.
Don't. Don't make him feel bad for missing it.
Session 7.
He needs. Okay, it says I don't want him to feel bad, but I also need him to get into the habit of reading the notes. So, Noah. Well, no, he is reading notes.
Oh. Okay, that's a small thing to remember. Okay. Oh. Oh no.
He follows him and they are a big tree? Question mark.
That never even came to my mind.
I was surprised you didn't question him when he first showed up, saying, "Hey, I follow this dude. He's like an Ent.
To be
Like a big
fair, we
tree.
were
He
actually
has the
grilling pics
symbol.
at the time.
He gave me this one job."
I didn't remember.
I was more crazy that he was a cowboy on a camel.
We were grilling Fix really hard, to be fair.
You know, the cowboy and the camel was there for a reason.
Distraction.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, to be fair, I don't
Discombobulate.
know if at that time I knew he was an Ent.
You knew he was a tree.
Not at the time Sandrick didn't know. I didn't expect Sandrick
No.
to jump at it. I expected Devin to go, "Wait a minute."
I'm so dumb. Look,
You're okay, dude. You're
that's
fine.
session
No, you're
7.
good.
We're like on 14 right now or something.
We got
15.
Yeah, it was a whole 7 weeks ago at least.
More than that, because we had so many.
I
It's probably like
said it
12.
for a reason.
Like 12 or 13.
What? Oh gosh.
The dots. Bing, 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 bing,
I'm just gonna.
bing, bing.
That was just
I'm
before
on-
Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna look over at Jack and be like, Amentesian. Wasn't that the star guy?
The cowboy on a camel?
Yeah.
Was he on the
Didn't-
camera or was he just?
Yeah. There was the vortex that I touched.
You've come in contact with the vortex before?
I physically touched it. Yes.
We're working on it in the tent over
And-
here.
It didn't have any ill effects on your magic?
Ill effect.
Oh, it did. While we were casting spells around it, your Sandrick here got turned into a potted plant twice.
Twice. It's fun.
I forgot that
do
she
it
did do
again?
it.
No?
Will it happen if we cast spells near the tree? I mean, it has like this similar thing.
It seems to be siphoning magic.
So it's like absorbing it, preventing it from escaping.
Pretty much. And we're just feeding it to stop it from. Oh shoot. We're just feeding it, stopping it to grow more.
That's. Wait a minute. Amentesian.
Yes.
How, he. That man. Is he an what do you call him? Archfey? Is he? Archfey?
No, he
You
is
did
a
not hear
deity
your name.
of the Feywild. He lives beyond the elemental planes. But he resides in the Feywild, if that makes sense.
So you're saying my mentor was a god?
He is.
I'm gonna be a little taken back. I'm just like, why would he never tell me?
Wait, if he turned into a pot, that mean he was casting spells. You have spells now. You cast magic. That is ironic.
She would know. He speak Druidic to
Yeah.
her.
He's
Druidic is
spoke
language of the
Druidic out
druids.
loud. That doesn't. It's just the language of druids. You can still learn it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes. The irony wasn't completely lost on me. My time.
But being around him probably makes sense on how you developed such powers.
He taught me. I taught myself some, but he was my main mentor.
Right, he guided you to wielding nature and its magic.
It was a way to keep me alive while I was there.
Yes. Well, that is interesting.
Anywho, what does this? Okay, I'm just gonna just take a step back and being like, oh my gosh.
What does Amantesian have? Does it have any connection to Magus?
No, Magus is magic himself. He is the magic, and magic that gets pulled from usually is calling upon him in a sense. Everywhere there is magic, there is Magus. Everywhere there is Magus, there is magic. He allows the world to draw from his magic for the good, better of the world. Though why he still continues to do it to this day, I don't know.
After I'm sitting there meditating, Teo, are you around?
Yep.
Looking up at you, I'm gonna be like, you said you saw a tree in your vision. It had to have
I
been
did.
him.
Maybe.
I mean, he did kind of just explain that only a deity that so happened to be a tree could talk to Sandrick through dimensionally.
Interdimensional.
Did you see a pine tree, or was it
Oh, Bruce.
was it a dandelion?
It was birch.
It was
No,
a
I'm
birch.
kidding. Holds up Maple Leaf. I think this is a birch tree.
There.
No, it was Ent-like.
Oh, it was? I thought when you said tree, it was
Giant,
just a tree.
couple-story tall tree.
Tree.
like
That
the
has
Deku
a
tree?
voice. I'll let you interpret that.
Yeah.
I think I said 3 stories tall, or 5 or something like that.
So if Amantesian is a god, he must have spoken to you.
You could have.
just
I
non-perplexed
mean, it's
by it.
likely.
Dang it, Nick.
Oh man.
Legend of Zelda.
That's insane.
Anyway, what are we doing?
What happened in the tent?
You were given a lot of information about the way the planes work. There's a lot of notes on how, and not a lot of notes. In that map of the elemental planes, there's a few notes sprawled about how the Feywild and the Shadowfell are mimic of the prime material, and they're both halves of the prime material in different ways. and that they are mirror across. It's just a very wiggly, obscured mirror. But usually something happening on the prime material could affect something happening in both of the other two planes.
So, so the theory is that something happening here is affecting both the Feywild and the Shadow in some way.
In theory, you don't know how the Shadowfell. There's nothing notes on the Shadowfell, and there's nothing notes about what's happening in either the planes on the Feywild or the Shadowfell. But there is notes about how they are connected, and concern about something bad happening here might be affecting either of them, but you don't really know.
Do I think the fact that me and Jack are connected to the magic directly is a problem?
Do you think that? Or are you saying this?
I'm reading a lot of notes right now that are saying the realms are all connected through the same magical source.
Pretty much.
I know for a fact that me and Jack are also connected to the same magical source. We're the only people that we found so far that are connected to the magical source directly. Do I think that is a problem?
Do you?
I think it could be.
I'm not going to tell you how to think.
Fair point.
Surely try.
I certainly won't try.
I think that's what I'm mind linking Jack and just being like, what are the odds that something bad is happening with Magus or with us that is the same thing that's causing whatever's happening?
I'd say that's a pretty high chance. Magus is really weak.
We also don't know the trigger point. Is it okay? It's a very wide assumption, but does our death have something to do, and being brought back have something to do with the magic being all out of whack here in the prime material?
I mean,
That's wild.
something as big as bringing two people back. See, that would seem like it would cost a lot of magic, like just in general to pull off.
Enough to throw off the entire prime material, the Feywild, and the Shadowfell?
Maybe something was throwing it off, and so in response he did that. So
You gotta talk to Magus, man.
look, man, he's weak. He only talks to me in dreams. I just asked him to show me the tree's vortex, and I know he tried, but he couldn't.
But he did respond.
Not verbally.
It's the
But
equivalent
there's
of,
other ways to
hey, are
communicate.
you okay? And it's just the little, okay, you're alive.
While that is going on, and while I'm processing the fact that Elder Grove is talking to Teo, the fact that Elder Grove is a god, the fact that he never told me.
Did you ever ask?
You shut up.
Oh, tree daddy, are you a god?
Anyway, I'm gonna look up and it's like, you said you'd want join the cause because you were fighting this, gesturing towards the tree.
Yes.
I was directly showed in a vision by Elder Grove that there was a blight in the kingdom and that I needed to fix it. I don't think sitting here and worrying about this is gonna solve anything.
I feel like if we let this spread, it will cause more problems. Why would I follow your instincts?
I guess I can't ask you too.
No, I want to know what reasoning do you have that stopping this from spreading is not as mandatory as what you are asking me to do?
I feel like whatever's causing this is in the middle of the heart of the kingdom. I don't think you're gonna solve the true problem here.
Make a persuasion check. Add a d4.
Oh, cooked.
Add a
No, this could be
2.
good.
Add a 2 because of Abel.
This could be great. I think this will work.
So an
7,
eight.
8.
Is that with the D4?
Yep. My solid goose egg for persuasion really helped out there.
It didn't hinder you. You might be right. And if that is what you are called to do, then it sounds like the champions, if that is what you could even be called, have been chosen for this. Obviously, if you are speaking with Magus, and you two are being guided by Ementigian, the players...
I didn't.
What?
I didn't speak out loud to Magus.
No, but you asked about it,
You asked about Magus.
and then immediately started praying.
Yeah.
Very
Well, I'm at-
insightful. Very insightful druid.
I meant like
Very wisdomous
before
person.
and then asked. That's how I saw it.
She's just a girl boss, man.
Either way, you were just praying and then started asking questions about Magus. Like, it's kind of like a... These guys obviously have no idea what they're talking about, trying to get information. Why else would you? High insight, like, put 2 and 2 together.
And I'm out here getting years of research in 10 minutes.
I'm getting zip bombed.
You know what's great? Is you guys don't even have, like, half of the lore.
You should airdrop him memes.
What?
You should
Anyway,
airdrop him memes.
Okay.
Mentally.
So
Henrik when he wants to kill the
me.
dead the sleeping kobolds.
So, anyway. If...
You're getting screenshots. You're getting the entire internal monologue, and every 10th one is a meme. There you go.
Interruption counter.
That's only you.
No, it is a very specific Devon interruption counter. Because it's when you interrupt other people. But yes, I was just interrupted like 4 times. Anyway. So if you already have deities pulling the strings and setting you on this course, then obviously they have everything in their control. And we are not needed. We have not been called. And we have our own mess here. Even if I didn't have this blight to deal with, there are still the riders to deal with. And you have offered, but I do not think you are ready to deal with that many of them. They may only be wormlings, but there are still the riders on their backs you have to deal with, and the sheer numbers of them alone.
Then I guess our mission here was kind of for nothing.
Maybe. But it sounds like you've gained a lot more knowledge than you had before. Knowledge you weren't going to get anywhere else.
I guess you're right.
And now you have the security of knowing that your village is safe. For if we survived the initial onslaught, we'll survive this.
You can just say stuff.
Who has the rock?
Who does have the rock?
What rock?
I think
Sending
Noah has
stone.
the rock.
I think Nick has the rock. Jack has the rock.
I am almost
The rock
positive
that was
Noah.
behind.
I'm pretty sure you have the rock.
I was. That conversation was with Jack and the people. I'm
Well,
pretty
you
sure
know
Jack
what?
has
Either
the
Jack or
Teo
Noah.
Jack
has the
has the
rock.
stupid rock. I have the stupid rock. Okay?
Who broke it? I'm not mad. I just want to know.
It was me,
I
I
didn't.
broke it.
Agrees I've touched it.
No, it wasn't. Okay.
I have the rock.
Well, I'm gonna look over at
So who got the rock, me or Noah? Alright. I'm going to mind like Noah and just double check that you're not gonna use it at all while we're in this druid camp.
Cheers. Yeah. Okay. I got you.
That's it.
I'm going to look over at Elowin and be like, well, it's been a long journey here. Would you allow us to at least spend a few nights?
A few.
We don't know what we're doing. We gotta make a plan.
Leaving.
We just got
If you
here.
need to stay,
It's like 7:30
you
p.m.
can have one night, and then we will ask you to leave. For if you are trying to defeat such evils, I would ask you to do it quickly. As she looks over at the tree again. For we don't know how much time you have.
Thank you. Do we just pick a tent?
There are no open tents.
I have a tent.
There you
We can.
go.
Yeah.
I have a tent.
We can. I have a tent. We can shack up in there.
Pulls out the Harry Potter
Friends
tent.
have a tent.
And
Between us.
I'll start walking away a bit and then just stop and be like, I meant it before. I wasn't just trying to save my skin. I'm sorry for what happened to Uranus. It's a regret I'll probably carry into my grave.
As you should.
And
But do not
I'll
say it. Show it.
do not say it or
that you are sorry. Actions speak louder than words, as you know.
I'll just nod and walk away.
Alright. You guys set up your tent. Noah comes back with an insanely amount of information. Not much on the planes themselves, but more of like the magic kind of in between stuff. And more centered around the blight than it is anything else. They didn't give you like a research book on any of the other external planes.
I have like a conspiracy board in the back of my journal trying to connect all the information.
So what now?
What'd you guys
I
learn?
I believe the next steps is to leave, and once we're a pretty safe distance, contact Flamey Boy and tell them that they're not interested.
We have that scroll of teleportation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can get back if we decide to go back immediately.
But we don't want to go back because the mountain is that way. And I got
True.
compass.
Aren't
Is
the
the
dragon
compass-
riders there?
Okay.
Yes.
Is the
And
compass facing?
You were not there, but I was told by Elowin that we wouldn't stand a chance.
I mean-
No, other mountain is what she's talking about.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
The
Never mind
big
then.
dwarven mountain that you rolled like a 3 on trying to figure out what it is.
okay.
There's different.
So the ones off to the north in the White Land.
So the ones to your northwest, almost immediately next to you,
Yep.
the smaller mountain range, that is where the Wormling Riders are. Like, immediately on top of you, basically, where Willowshade is.
Mm-hmm.
You're like a solid, like, half a day west of Willowshade. So that mountain range is where the Wormling Riders are. The giant mountain range, the biggest mountain on the continent, is where the compass is pointing.
So maybe we should go back to. It would almost be faster to go back to a start. Wait, what?
It would be.
Wait.
Could we
But you
use
would
the
have to-
scroll to teleport
fastest
someone
way
that's
to
not
get
a
there
star?
From the way of means of your guys' transportation would be to teleport back to a story,
Yeah.
get a boat, and ride that river straight up.
Yeah.
right past Port.
Oh,
Road,
it's in the
in
big
above.
mountain range. I
It's
thought we were still
big.
up.
Hear me out. Alternatively, we contact Astari, tell them what's going on, tell them about the compass, that it's from Megas, and that we think we should follow that lead. So then we're not wasting a teleportation scroll. And if we get there and we have to get out, we can get out.
Also a good point, but it takes more time.
It is
Could
a,
the teleportation scroll be used to go to the mountain,
Nope.
or
No,
does
I
it just go to the
it is
screen?
a teleportation circle. Is the
Okay.
is the name of the spell, and you draw a temporary circle on the ground, and then it'll flash and bring you all to a circle that has been permanently placed on the ground that you have seen before.
Okay.
And
Makes sense.
I don't actually know what level spell that is.
Isn't it like 5?
I don't know, but
We
if
go
it's a
try to
level
take
that
on
you
the
can
Dragon
it
Riders,
might be
almost
I
died.
think it's 5.
We might have
And then
to.
teleport back.
Do we have to pass an intelligence check to use the scroll?
No,
Okay.
not Jack.
You
Someone
maybe.
wrote stuff like that.
Well, Jack has a level in wizard, and I think anyone in Noah has artificer, which is basically the same thing. I think you guys are fine.
I have Ritual Adept.
Yeah, you can cast a ritual spell, but because you're casting it out of a scroll, you can't cast it ritually.
What
I
if I
gotta
copy
spell
it to my
level.
spell book?
That ruins the
That's
spell.
what level spell is that?
What's the spell called again?
Teleportation circle, I think. It should be a lower level because teleportation is a higher level spell.
Circle of.
All right, we only have to get 250 gold.
That's
No.
what I-
We have
it's
no
like a 5th
gold.
level spell or something like that.
We could pool all our gold and still not get there.
I have all our money.
I couldn't
can
cast it
help.
anyways.
You could ritually cast it, maybe. I don't know. how
Micah,
that
I
works.
demand a magic item called Hand of Midas.
No.
That would solve all our problems.
You are
That
now
would
turned to gold. Make it a
cause a
character.
lot of problems. Historically, the Hand of Midas has not caused any good things to happen.
You watch as Senric turns into a solid gold. Roll a new character.
Monkey paw.
Yeah.
You need to cast it to have.
Can we sell Sandrick's gold statue?
Ooh.
No.
We'll call it the
It
Poke Player.
immediately disintegrates.
That is dedication.
Okay, so, say we end it here, in your tent. Your very cozy tent.
Woods.
We also have a tent. There's 2 tents.
Yeah, but one of these tents is the enchanted tent from Astari.
Mm.
Oh yeah, the special
I
one.
forgot that.
The Harry Potter
Yes.
tent. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, every day for 1 year you need to not use the circle to teleport. When you cast the spell in this way. Yeah. So they have one. You just gotta use it.
What do you mean?
I was referring to the teleportation circle. Like, when you make one, it's not gonna leave a permanent one there unless you go to the
Use it for a year
unless you
straight.
use the thing. Without teleporting. You need to not use the circle to teleport when you cast the spell in this way.
That's crazy.
You need to not use it.
So
I
you
almost
can
fell.
create a
I was
permanent
scared.
teleportation circle by casting the spell in the same location every day for 1 year. You need to not use the circle to teleport when you cast the spell in this way.
Maybe that's why that one guy is so grumpy.
I got a
all the
question.
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I just spent a
Yes,
year doing that.
teleported.
Theoretically, if we were to keep it fully intact and dig up the ground on which the teleportation circle was created,
Nope.
could we just teleport to that piece of ground?
I think you're doing too much, man.
Nope.
You
This
want
is
to
like
carry
the
a
future-
whole backpack full of dirt
This
with
is
us?
the future of magic, dude. You've just made the
Ether
future of
Robinson's
magic.
future. We'll see it soon.
So I will let you guys discuss how you want to proceed. I would say over the week, but we all know it's going to be next week at like halfway through or half an hour before we start at 7:30.
I say we just take a risk and we avenge my village and we go kill the worms.
You know, I
Nobody,
think that's
like,
a bad
only
idea.
some people died.
No one died in his.
I mean, if things get really bad, we can just teleport out.
It takes 10
I
minutes to
really
cast
don't
the
know
spell.
how
I'm pretty
much
sure.
we should trust a starry.
Nick, how long does it take to cast teleportation
That's
circle?
that one guy
1
does get
minute.
really bad.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it takes. I was thinking ritually. If you ritually cast, it's 10 minutes. Yeah, so it takes a minute to cast. So you would have to protect him, and stop it, and wouldn't. You can't let him take any damage because he has to make a Constitution saving throw on that. For
As
concentration.
dragons are
As
raining down fire.
fire-breathing dragons are attacking your team, and you have to keep him alive and concentrating for a minute, which is 10 rounds of combat.
I never said it was a good idea.
Look, guys, I'll just cast Tidal Wave and we'll win. That's as simple as that.
You have Tidal Wave?
Mm-hmm.
I think we could just call a starry next time.
Okay.
Be like,
Yeah.
they said
yeah.
no.
There's a lot we need to do before we.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
need to figure things out. I need you to.
Is there anything else you want us to do while we're out and about? I guess.
We got this weird compass from Magus.
What you guys are doing is up to you. In the order of which you do it is also up to you.
We burned the goat.
I do want to figure out where this compass goes because it led me to a weird shrine thing.
Oh, and something to
Mhm.
remember. I am
Nothing.
moving to Wisconsin, so next week it's probably going to be chaotic for me. I don't know what's gonna.
An hour before you have to be here at 6.
Yeah.
That's going to be the hardest part.
I'll try and remember
Oh.
to put that in the app.
And another thing that sucks is apparently the friend group there does movie nights.
I know. Elijah's
Um,
there right now. They scheduled
Does
it
mo-
after Elijah left because Elijah left and he's like, I'm open Tuesdays now. And they're like, perfect, we'll do it Tuesday nights. It's pretty much how it went down.
Mm-hmm.
We could always reschedule around Nick's bowling league.
Nick, what night
It's
works
not
for
a
you?
league, it's college bowling.
There is a difference, but that's
There's a
regardless
big
of the
difference.
point. Nick, what is your schedule? What day works?
Anything after 7.
Every day.
Every day. Unless it's Friday.
So Monday through Thursday.
I could do Tuesday, Wednesday.
I could
I'm
probably
thinking-
do Wednesday.
I can do Wednesday.
I could do Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday
Wednesday?
pretty easily.
Are we moving to Wednesday permanently now?
I would very much appreciate it. I know I'm the. It would be cool to be able to actually hang out with the friend group there.
I will move it in my calendar.
See, I don't have
Our-
that problem, Devin, so I'm good whatever. I make whatever.
I was gonna
I can
ask.
do
I
that.
didn't know if your schedule. Are you good, Micah?
I don't have a life, Devin.
Wednesdays are actually
All
better
of
for
my
me, 'cause I don't
efforts
have
at
8 a.m.
attempting to get one have failed.
Okay, that's sad. Do we need to help you out, Micah?
Hey, next week is Micah's birthday. We're not supposed to be mean to him this week.
This week or next week?
Your birthday's on Monday.
Yeah, it's only causing me more problems.
So next Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Maybe Mason will try and get in. I don't know what his Wednesdays are like.
That is the thing. Mason seems to watch every single stream. I don't know why he's not playing.
0 views. Mason's at D&D tonight.
Stacy watches it sometimes.
There's several reasons that Mason does.
Here, Micah, you can
Indeed,
do
this
this.
tweam, as we are done. Mason is playing tonight at his